YouTube? It's 9 p.m. Do you know where your children are? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. Friday night just got live.
Oh man, guys, it is Friday night, and once again we are here in the Funhouse. We are fully reunited, all of our powers combined. That's right, P-Dubs is here, Nostalgia's here, Detroit Love is here, Michael B. the Game Genie is here. There's going to be so much show tonight. I have no idea how to explain it. I'm bursting. I'm bursting at the seams. I'm about to cover this entire streaming audience with loads of information. Nostalgia, loads of information. It's going to be epic. How are you, buddy? Good to see you back this week.
I'm doing okay, man. How are you guys?
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. How was the last family reunion?
It was busy. I got a lot of family, man. I don't know what to tell you. I got another one coming up in a few weeks, too. So it's going to be good. We just got to go through all the cousins, and then the second cousins, and then the third cousins. And then we'll be done.
Some of us got good news this week, and some of us got bad news this week. And Detroit Love will talk about your bad news in just a little bit. But how are you, man? How's life in Motown?
Snowy and cold.
Snowy and cold? Man, it's like 80 degrees here, man. It's like heaven. It's like living in paradise right now. I feel bad for you guys. Don't mean to rub it in. Michael,
you usually rub it out.
Were you shoveling today, Mike?
No, I was lucky enough that we didn't get that much snow. We only had a brief bluster, and it didn't stay on the ground. So, good day in Newfoundland.
Michael B. is the only friend I have who literally will tell me, I'm going to go outside and shovel my driveway. I'll talk to you in 3 days. And it's 100% true.
That is true.
It's not like he's exaggerating. It literally takes you 3 days to clean off the driveway, doesn't it?
Yeah, we had one storm there a couple of weekends ago. It snowed for 2 days straight, and it was really heavy snow. And honestly, I went out the first day for about 7 hours, and then the next day was another like 8 hours just to get through it. And then that's 2 days attempting to get through 85 centimeters of snow on the driveway. It was not fun.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Are you using the shovel? You got the snow blower?
Oh, I got a snow blower. It's still taking that long. We're talking about like just it got so big and so bad that you're snow blowing, but what you actually have to do is you have to take the shovel with you and you have to shovel it down so you can snow blow it. So you have to basically make a path, do half cuts, and you're shoveling down the snow from like 6 feet high down so the snowblower can get into it.
Well, I'm sorry, man. You need to move to the States. That's all
every single day I wake up and I'm like, Lara, you don't really need to work with your family and live near your family, do you? We can leave, right?
Stephen, did you get any of that snow?
We just got a little bit of snow today. I imagine we got the same kind of snow that you got. It's not terrible. It's still snowing a little bit now. I'm gonna guess we're gonna get a few inches, but nothing crazy. Certainly I'll be out shoveling snow tomorrow, though.
Nostalgia, were you at Blockbuster Video? What is going on there? Let's get the chat off the screen here. What is that I see?
Back here?
Yeah, I see. Is that a Blockbuster Video? What is that?
Yeah, that is a Blockbuster Video case. I was just out renting a movie. You guys don't have Blockbusters where you live?
Nobody has Blockbusters where they live.
That's obviously some kind of Raspberry Pi case or something foolish.
It's not. You want to see it?
You've shown me it before. It's some kind of Blockbuster Video case. I forget what it's for.
It's definitely a Blockbuster case. You're definitely
Do you keep home movies in there, Nostalgia?
I don't keep home movies in the Blockbuster case, but it is it's a sweet little thing. It's a sweet little thing.
Well, you like wrestling stories? do you like wrestling, right, P-Dubs?
No, Mike, never.
And so I heard the funniest story ever there the other day. They were cleaning up the remains of, I think it was Harley Race's house, and there was an old VHS tape there with Best of Harley Race Volume 2 on it. And they were like, oh my god, this is Dad's classic wrestling matches. Anyways, they plopped it on. All his matches were taped over with Fletch 2.
Seriously? Fletch 2?
He taped over his greatest matches, Fletch 2.
Yeah, I could see the original Fletch, but not Fletch 2.
Not Fletch 2.
That's ridiculous. Well, speaking of exciting things, I figured we kick off the show real quick, and we can kind of party a little bit and celebrate.
As you can tell, I thought I was hearing music.
Because tonight's broadcast, guys, is officially sponsored by Pepsi. That's right, if it ever pops up. There we go, Pepsi! It's bigger and better. And speaking of bigger and better, take a look, guys, at what I have sitting right next to me here. What do you see right there, man? I received my Numskull Pepsi USB charger, and with real dispensing action. Look at that, baby.
Ooh,
does it light up?
Yeah, it lights up. I don't have it plugged in right now, but it lights up beautifully.
It can dispense without power.
Yes, it can dispense without
That's
power,
cool.
But
Interesting.
P-Dubs, that's great because that's the taste of a new generation.
it is. And as you guys know, I'm super, super stoked about this thing. It just arrived like 10 minutes before we went live, and I had to rip it out of its box and take a look at it real quick. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. How many of you guys received your Pepsi or 7-Up machines? Let us know in the live chat. We greatly appreciate it. Let's pause that stupid house music. That was a terrible song. Well, hey, it's got to be copyright claim-free music. It's beautiful. I think they did a fantastic job with it. Like, I've never been this excited in my life for a USB charger. It is exactly the same size as your Polybius one, you know what I mean? The Polybius USB charger. So it's definitely bigger than the Coke machine. Too bad it's not a fridge, but hey, it does the USB charging, which is kind of cool. But it's a good size, man. It's nice. It's nice. I'm digging it. So got my pre-order in. I was waiting all day for DHL to come. I was texting Mike. I was like, Mike, DHL's not here yet. I was getting mad. So.
And then I wrote him and said, what are you waiting for? And then he never wrote me back.
Game Broker also got his Pepsi machine today too. It's badass. Yeah, they did a good job on him. So I'm impressed with what I saw out of the box. So what's the value like? Only one man can explain value, and that's Restalgia. Restalgia, tell them about the value of the Numskull Pepsi machine. Go ahead, my friend.
What? I think you got the wrong person on camera. You want me to do it while you're on camera?
I'm gonna model it while you do the voiceover.
I understand. I was waiting for the transition, but I got it. So the Pepsi machine has so much value, and I'm not talking about a little bit of value. I'm not talking about a medium amount of value. I'm talking about the most amount of value that you can get for your money today in the home arcade space. It is the Pepsi machine made by Numskulls with full dispensing power and the ability to charge a bunch of other stuff with some USB ports. Oh yeah.
I love that. Oh yeah, at the end. That was hot.
Woo. I miss Kamala coming to the show. Kamala, can you do some kind of, if you're out there in cyberspace, can you do some kind of image of Steven Restalgia busting through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man saying, oh yeah.
Yes, there you go. All right, well, let's see here, guys. We got a number of topics to talk about tonight. Arcade1Up Golden Tee Deluxe got announced. Is this a hit or a miss? A win or a loss?
Announced is an interesting word.
Well, yeah, leaked, I guess. But, I mean, it's still on their website. They never took it down, right? Wayfair?
Yeah, so I would say that it's pretty much confirmed if it's not down.
Yeah. AtGames Legends Pinball updates. We're going to kick off the show talking about shuffle golf here in just a minute because we want Detroit Love to end the show happy. So we figured we'd get the sadness out of the way first. And then we want to talk a bunch about Numskull and New Wave toys. A lot of cool things happening there. Should be a fun show. We got a number of items to talk about tonight.
We got to talk about X-Men 97 too. I mean, I'm very impressed with that. Everybody get a chance to watch it here?
No, haven't
I
seen it
watched
yet.
the first 2 episodes. I actually thought they were really, really good.
I
had
watched the
no
first 2
complaints.
episodes twice. That's how good I
And-
thought they were.
And a lot of people were complaining about Rogue, like in the trailer, she looked a little flatter, if you would say. Like if you watch the cartoon, like the scene she's in, she doesn't look flatter, if that matters to you. You know what I mean? Like she looked the same size as in the normal cartoon. So maybe it was just bad shots during those trailers, but the whole Rogue body shaming thing or whatever's going on there, I think might have been a little overblown because she was looking like Rogue. Her voice didn't sound really good. Whoever they have doing her voice, I can't. I don't know if
It's the original actor.
but she's so old now. She sounds different.
Smoked a lot of cigarettes at the bowling alley.
Yeah, versus like Wolverine and Beast, like they all Cyclops, they all still sounded the same after 20 years. They still sounded the same, but Rogue sounded odd. She sounded a little odd.
Sounded like that lady at the old truck stop diner. So what are you gonna have, sugar?
I'm gonna have another cigar, Greta. You know what I mean? But before we get this show started proper, let's go ahead and say hi to who's here in the live chat. Let's get some shout outs out of the way. Bill's a retro gaming show, John J, Bobby1, A1U, James Hates Everything, Ritual Dello, Dr. Freeman, Chris NXXW, Thumper Squid, Pitbull, Hermano, Ravioli, James Hates Everything, Toxin is here as well. Good to see some faces back who we haven't seen in a couple weeks. Jason the Little Alien, Iceman, Jeremy K, MG is here. We all love MG. Retro Cac, Stock Jock is here, probably rocking a really cool Pac-Man shirt. Who else is here? Quentin's here. Andy's Game Room is here. Dick Watson is here. Jeremy K is here. Frankie D, Retro Arcade Trooper. Is that the first time we've seen the Retro Arcade Trooper? That sounds new to me. Or maybe I'm just old and have a bad memory. David's here. Biggie Fries is here. Sith Lord Lex and the Tinkerer. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in every Friday night. What an amazing audience we have every week, guys. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Mostly, yeah.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Super Game Room Dudes is the live chat to be in every Friday night.
We appreciate your attendance.
And thanks for being here on time, everybody. Thanks for being here on time. We were worried about some of you. I thought I saw Kongs R Us in the live chat, too.
He did. He said, hi.
He said, hi. Hopefully he's still here. All right.
No, he
Let's
said
get
bye
this.
bye right after it.
Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to turn the reins over here to Detroit Love with a special message, a funeral for a friend that was Shuffle Golf. Detroit Love, Carl, take it away. What is the sad news?
Well, these guys, they came out with this good idea. And let me just mute this. Pop that in. They came out with this great product and had me all excited. Finally, I was going to get something new in my game room that I can enjoy. And then on the 20th, they just suddenly, Kickstarter sent out a message saying, your shit's canceled.
I think the email literally said that word for word, didn't it?
Your shit's canceled.
Your shit's canceled.
Yeah. And no explanation. The guys at Think Up, they didn't say anything. And then the next day, they came out with this message here. So let's bring that up here. Share the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And so they finally updated us and let us know what was happening.
So what they say? What was the excuse?
They said basically they went to China with their idea, and these guys said, you guys are full of crap. Right? Guys don't know what you're talking about. You should have never opened up that campaign for that because you are so off base. At least that's what they're claiming. Right? They said they are not going to be able to deliver what they promised. And I don't really get it because they could have made some adjustments. So I don't really buy this. I'm just sour about this. But I think we need to spice this up with a little bit of Detroit flair because their explanation was a little off. So we're gonna do it the way they should have said it. Yo, backers, we gotta apologize for slamming the brakes on our campaign. Our sourcing trip to China felt like a wild goose chase. Let me tell you. After hustling and with the factories and checking out their samples, we realized we were light years away from our target cost and quality. Long story short, we're pulling the plug for now. We'd rather cancel now than deliver something that is about as impressive as a broken Motown record. Sorry for leaving you hanging and messing up your game night plans. We'll bounce back like a Detroit classic car, and we'll come back stronger. Thanks for riding with us. Peace.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good job, Carl. I'm sorry, man. I know you backed this project, and so did maybe 150 other poor souls.
172, 74,
And
something like that. And they asked for 20,000. They were going to raise over 32,000. So they had the cash. A few more days on the 27th, they would have had cash in hand. And
I don't understand how they launched the Kickstarter and then they went to go source materials. Like, wouldn't you do that before the Kickstarter? Like, I don't understand that.
If you read that
explanation.
if you read that message again, what they sourced, they had already sourced it with the company. Then when they went over to China to check on the quality, it wasn't within the realm of what they anticipated. It's like anytime you get a quote, like if you're a government agency and you get a quote for road work, they're always like, yeah, we can totally do the job on budget. It always comes in like, 2 times over budget afterwards. So I think that's the direction they went in. When they went and saw the actual quality of what was being built, they were like, we got to slam the brakes on this.
Well, it was made out of paper mache, so
Yeah.
they had to source something other than that.
Well, my apologies, Carl. I know you were. If Carl's sad, I'm sad. I know.
yeah,
Carl's
I was
upset.
bummed. I was pretty bummed about that. I was pretty excited for this. So again, like I said the other day on my channel, I don't know that if they came out with something else, I would be willing to back it again. So I think that's the risk they took. But if they think they have a good enough project, there'll be another 174 people that would do it instead of us, the original. But I think I hope they do come to market with it because I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. You never know. They might come back. It might come back around a second time. But would you back it a second time around, Carl? That's the question. Or have you
I don't
lost
know.
faith?
I feel like Ross Perot's back again. Set me up.
He set you up. Now, how many of you guys plan on, and if you've already seen it, no goddamn spoilers in the live chat, how many of you guys plan on going to see Ghostbusters this weekend? We have tickets to go see it tomorrow morning, so I'm very excited to see it. How many Ghostbusters? You three? Anybody?
I'm going to go see it. I just don't know if I'll get out this weekend.
I've never seen any Ghostbusters movie, so
It's very similar to Aladdin. Second, there was another remake a little while later. Ghostbusters Answered the Call. Didn't follow the original storyline. That was the Girl Ghostbusters movie. A lot of people didn't like that one. Didn't follow the storyline of Aladdin. Actually followed the storyline of Lion King.
Oh,
that sounds like it'd be good.
yeah, that's right up Nostalgia's alley. And so is the new official Ghostbusters movie poster, guys. Make sure you guys check this out. I don't know if you guys caught this, but the new Ghostbusters movie poster, as you can see, Steven Nostalgia is starring in this movie as Venkman. Don't let him fool you. When he says he's never seen Ghostbusters, he has lived Ghostbusters. Michael B., the Game Genie, is Ray Stantz. Take a look here. We got P-Dubs as Spangler. Why in the earth did Hermano put Carl up here, B-Cog down here? We got B-Cog as Winston. We got Carl up here as Lewis, right? Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis Tully.
Lewis? And take a look at who is playing Dana, but none other than John D. himself. Take a look at that. Looking fabulous as Dana from Ghostbusters. And I think that's Cyrus as Gozer. I don't know. Is that Cyrus as Gozer?
Oh, that is most definitely Cyrus. Absolutely Cyrus. Can you go down to Nostalgia again?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the
Don't talk about
Jesus
his
neck on this guy.
Don't talk about his
the little
neck,
head.
Look, man.
Look. It's
No, let's keep zooming in, guys. Let's keep zooming in.
I just want to make sure the audience can see it.
no, go back and show the neck. Look at the elongated neck. What the
That's-
hell is going on there? It's like a giraffe.
I don't know. If you ask me, that is probably the most attractive person on that poster. So.
Yes.
Well, so big shout out to Hermano in our Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. He created this and shared it with the community, and I got some giggles out of it. I think I think everyone looks spectacular. But this is money right here as well, guys. Take a look at Michael B. as Ray.
Yeah,
Accurate.
Michael always looks good in all these remakes.
Yeah,
I think Romano likes me the most.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, he's always nicer to you. Us, he puts in sometimes some pretty not safe for work type
Risque.
positions. There you go.
I think he does a great job with every single time that he puts me in any of his photos. So
John D looks incredible. All right, let's get that off of there. Thanks, Armado, for the giggles. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys join the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. And if you don't know how to join the group, I'm sure one of our beautiful moderators will share a link to the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group in the live chat in just a couple of seconds, so you guys can pop in and join the fun. Let's start talking about some gaming stuff. Besides Shuffle Golf being canceled, where do you guys want to go next? Michael B., I'll let you choose, man.
Hey, so for those of you who like the Nostalgia weekly segments that he never does on VR gaming, you might be interested to know that the actual original MetaQuest 2 is currently on sale this weekend. So if you're in the US, check out Amazon.com. It's $50 off, $199 here in Canada, $70 off, so it's down from $349 to $279. I was so impressed with the sale that I actually went out and repurchased a MetaQuest 2. I previously had an Oculus Quest 2, gave that one to my brother a little while back when I was a little overflowed with stuff, but what's old is new again, and I decided to enter back into the reins of VR gaming. So while Shuffle Golf is canceled, Carl, I did get a heads up from my buddy Charlie Chuck. Told me there's an incredible golf game on the MetaQuest 2 that we could play together, so maybe I'll go get that game, and I'll see you on the green.
you want to know another interesting game that just recently came out?
Wait, I'm
Absolutely.
confused.
I mean, this is supposed to be your segment.
Hold on.
I actually have some content. I just never uploaded it.
I'm confused, Mike. Didn't you already have a Quest 2? Why didn't you get a Quest 3? I'm confused.
Because
That's what I said.
Nostalgia said the same thing, but
That's what I said.
The Quest 3 was $649. I had the Oculus Quest 2 before, and I just never got into it. This seemed like a good way for me to jump in and check it out and see if I was interested. Maybe in a year I'd get the Quest 3.
Wait, what happened to your Quest 2 from before?
I gave it to my brother.
He gave it away.
Oh, I know. That's the part I was trying to catch up on. I missed
gave it to my brother.
You gave it to your brother.
I-
Is that
I-
the one you also broke trying to hack it and add more games?
No, I never broke mine.
We don't hack stuff.
Okay, nostalgia. Okay. I'm all caught up now, Mike. Continue on. I'm sorry.
Oh, give it up. Someone will timestamp that in the chat.
Oh, Nostalgia, you were starting to say there was a game that you wanted.
There is, I don't know how new it is, but I think it came out in the last month or so. Stranger Things. There's like a really sweet Stranger Things VR game where you're Vecna, I think that's his name.
The bad guy?
Vecna, I don't know.
Vecnerds.
Whatever. Whoever he is.
Can you say the name correctly? Vecnerds?
I'm not going to do that, Mike,
Why?
because I don't think that's correct.
Ask the chat. That is 100% his name. Vecnerds.
Anyways, so you're the villain,
Vecnerds.
and you get to play through. Yeah, whoever that is. You get to play through. I haven't seen the last season, so I don't actually know anything about this character yet. But it's actually super interesting. It's super interactive. You actually move around. It seems like it's pretty cool. There's a lot of like reanimated scenes that you get that would have been in the TV show, but they don't actually show it, or maybe they do in the 4th season. I don't know. It's well worth checking out. I'll see if I can find a video for it.
Yeah, you'd love this. Vecnerds is very similar to Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds franchise. You'd love it, Nostalgia.
Oh, I have no doubt, Mike.
Booger sounds like an IRK game.
Booger Throw.
3D Booger.
Good stuff.
Booger Dodo.
Anyways, I'm excited. I haven't even had a chance to open it yet, but I'm going to get it up. And my daughter's a little bit older now, so when I told her about it, she was like, oh, that could be fun. We could do punching games. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure there's some punching games there.
Hey, Mike, is your AtGames on behind you?
Yeah.
Why is your bit LCD not on?
Oh, that's been doing that ever since I moved it. The cord got a little bit messed up,
Oh,
so I'm
no.
like, it was on like when the show started, but I guess it just went off. The USB is just a little messed up.
Yeah, because You know, when we did our show last week, mine was off, and that's because I powered it on like 4 or 5 times, and every time I powered it on, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't like start running and doing its thing. And then I've left it off all week, and I just turned it on before we went live, and it came back on. So I mean, you never know what you're gonna get when you're playing with these things, apparently. So
Yeah, one day
but
I'll take mine out the box.
yeah, you still have one in the box?
Yeah, I have the older one. What was it called? The
bit LCD.
That one, right?
Yeah,
That one.
yes.
Yeah.
It's still in the box.
Okay, here's the clip if you guys want to check it out.
All right, let's check this out, ladies.
This feels like old times. Nostalgia actually doing a VR segment.
Oh, look at that!
It's
that's
super
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I got in. I don't know. I played like maybe 40 minutes of it. It's actually like really cool.
The Quest 2 purchase does not seem rational to you. It was a full, it's 40% of the Quest 3. Like, I can play all the games.
Yeah.
Well, for now.
Yeah.
For now, my concern with
I
the
don't
Quest
know.
2 is that it's going to be made pretty irrelevant in the next year and a half.
Guys, should Mike have got the Quest 3, give us a 1 in the chat. If you think he's okay with the Quest 2, give us a 2. Don't be afraid to show the Game Genie some support, even though he makes bad decisions in his life.
I can just buy a Quest 3 in the future. This is not that hard. I don't want to spend $700 on a Quest 3 and then get home and be like, you know what? I don't like VR gaming that much.
Yeah.
I think this
And
looks
I'm
pretty
playing
cool.
all the
Rustallo.
same games I could have played with my Quest 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at the 2s coming in, Mike. You got some support.
Charlie Chuck backed me up. He told me because Nostalgia was talking about some girl named Katie in our group chat that we had, and he said Katie is completely right. She doesn't want you to get the Quest 2. You should get the Quest 3.
I was talking to Canty, and it auto-corrected to Katie.
Is
I
Katie
didn't notice
single?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't realize until after you guys were tagging her, like, who's Katie? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Who's Katie?
I was
Why
like,
are you
wait.
asking me who Katie is?
I was like, Mrs. Quarter Arcades in Canada? What are you talking about, man? You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. All right. So, Mike, minus you once again diving into the world of VR gaming, what else do you want to talk about tonight, Mike?
We got a lot to talk about, but really quickly, I filmed the very first Walk and Talk Canada today, and I've got some exclusive in-person footage of the iconic arcade, so look for that to come out tomorrow on my channel. Walk and Talk Canada.
Did you actually play the iconic arcade?
I didn't get to play it because I felt weird. I went into GameStop and the manager was working, and she was like, "Yeah, you can totally, film some stuff in here." And then for some reason, the other guy that works there came over and started giving me a demo, and he kept going and going. And I had my camera, and I was like, "Listen, buddy, if you don't want to be in the video, I'd get out because I'm going to start filming now." Enough of the preview here and all about Batosira and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Did they
Does it
say
come
anything
loaded
about?
with games?
It comes with some freeware games, stuff like the original Doom and stuff like that. And this store, it looks like the boys sideloaded some Nintendo games and stuff on it too.
Ooh, naughty GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say anything like, are people even buying that thing or not?
Yeah. Actually, they said they've never sold one at their store, but the Avalon Mall sold one just this past week, and one of the other ones locally have sold two. I don't know.
No kidding.
It must be.
Hey, these guys are on the road to be the top dog.
It must be pretty. It must be pretty sad when the store managers are calling each other. Hey, Billy, don't give up hope. I just sold one.
It does. They're really excited because they got a big game coming to it. They think is really going to push up sales. They've got Escape from Popo coming next month, exclusive to the iconic arcade. Oh man, that's going to really jazz things up.
The problem is that they don't have amazing IPs like Donut Dodo or like any of those other really high quality gem games that we've not seen on. What's that?
Santa Toss.
Yeah,
Bears
anything like that. Yeah, we need titles like that, and then that's going to pick up the sales, and we're going to see it fly. And
so
if you've never, you can't even judge those games until you buy them and play them.
Yeah.
So definitely.
I can't wait to show you the footage from this. Like, I actually got a good close-up look at it. And if you think that Arcade1Up, MDF board they give you isn't high quality, oh, wait till you get a load of what the Iconic Arcade is working with.
It's that bad, Mike.
Oh, I can't wait to show this footage. This is going to be my best video ever.
I'm curious about the like the controls. Is it at least like reasonable controls? Are they Arcade1Up level, like bottom of the barrel style, like not the greatest versus, I don't know, I would say maybe iArcade is probably actually the best in terms of their buttons. Where does it kind of sit on the scale there?
I don't know. It's just like cheap home arcade buttons you would buy. I don't know if it's like Arcade1Up quality or just a little above. I will tell you the Arcade1Up sticks have gotten better. The Arcade1Up sticks are a lot better than they used to be, but the buttons have pretty much remained the same.
Yeah. I feel like I'm watching every day on YouTube. I feel like I'm watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that we've all just stepped to the right, gone through the time warp. Michael B owns an iArcade again, multiple Arcade1Ups that aren't XLs. Dude Witten just bought a Quest 2, a Meta Quest 2 again. Mike, you're the only guy I know who will buy anything more than one time.
See, I just got so frustrated by how depressing the community is lately. I just want to go back to the good times.
Yeah, back to 2020 when it was fun, before everyone started complaining about everything.
Y'all, you jerks, bringing down my buzz.
Well, I want to start.
Snow. Now it's snowing again here.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Carl. Yeah, I might have to put on a pair of jorts when I go outside in a few minutes, Carl. So I know your pain.
So, anyways, let's get to the big gaming news. We're 30 minutes in. We haven't talked about anything sensible other than our mistaken purchases. But why don't we start with Arcade1Up news? That's probably the big piece of information coming out this week. Wayfair leaking the next deluxe cabinet coming out from Arcade1Up. Let's start there. You got the transition ready?
Oh, we still play these? All right, hang on. We gotta make new ones. Some of these we can't even play anymore because we get copyright claimed on music. Here we go. All right, Mike is our official Arcade1Up liaison. Go ahead.
Well, technically that is kind of true this week because after the Wayfair leak did come out, I did reach out to Cyrus and I sent him the link. And I said, hey, Cyrus, just heads up on this. And he said, thank you for sending it to me. So I did have communication with Arcade1Up afterwards. So
Wait a minute. You ratted out the community to Cyrus?
I sent the Wayfair link to Cyrus. Yes.
Why'd you send it to him? They could have taken it down.
So what?
Why would you do that, Mike?
Because I'm a nice guy. I was like,
you're a
I'm
tattletale, Mike.
I'm a tattletale. Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. Someone tell Mike that. That's what I'm trying to get to. Mike. All right, so let's keep going. So Golden Tee Deluxe leaks on Wayfair. They listed it for $750. And then the very next day, they brought the price down. What was with the change in price? I don't understand that.
Can we see this cabinet? Because I haven't seen it.
Yep, I'm trying to find it.
Oh, this Carl, you'll probably buy this, my man.
I got it. Go ahead.
Is it the newer version of
Yep.
Golden Tee? Is it Golden Tee 2020? 2000?
Oh my God, what is that?
You're getting a 10% off coupon. Don't be weird about it.
I don't need that.
So yeah, Carl, this is Golden Tee 3D Golf. It's basically the XL cabinet, miniature size, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, down to a deluxe unit. It's got the exact same games list, 17-inch screen, and Wi-Fi leaderboards. So you can upgrade your original Golden Tee. This one also has stereo sound. My only concern is the trackball. I really didn't like the trackball in the Golden Tee XL. Mine always gave me problems. Other people have said it's fine, so that's entirely up to you, I guess. Difference of which version you get.
Now, does yours have the faux coin door or the sticker?
I have faux coin door. This was one of the first cabinets that actually had the faux coin door. Was the Golden Tee XL.
Okay.
How tall is the Golden Tee XL again? I can't remember. Mine's been in my garage, torn to pieces.
Did yours ever worked?
No. What a piece of shit.
This one is 61 inches. I mistakenly in my video said 6.1 feet because, you know, I don't look at these things. I don't look at these things before I make my videos.
Well, in Canada, Nostalgia, you guys use like centimeters, right? You guys don't use inches, right?
Yeah.
Well, we do use. Well, I mean, you're right. We do for most things use centimeters.
Well,
and
it
meters.
depends. It depends on what we're measuring. If we're measuring in centimeters or inches.
Doesn't it get bigger if you use
I
centimeters?
was gonna say, Mike, we use centimeters because it sounds bigger.
Yeah, baby, I'm 32.
All right, someone talk about this thing, man.
So yeah, it's basically the Golden Tee XL cab shrunk down for deluxe. There were a bunch of people in the community that wanted a deluxe cab. We all famously know Countercade or Cornercade, whatever his name is. Let's go! He wanted a. Danny wanted this for some reason. He's staying with the deluxe form factor. A lot of people missed out on Golden Tee, like the new people to the community. You got to remember the original 3/4 scale Golden Tee came out all the way back in Wave 2. It was around and available for a long time, but you know, anybody newer to the Arcade1Up space and collecting these, if they wanted a Golden Tee, really the XL was the only option, and it had that absolute shite screen, a lot bigger than the other cabinets, so it took up a little bit more room. So this is something that people were looking forward to, and you know, Golden Tee is a pretty safe bet. It'll sell units, but it's not very exciting for most of us.
Yeah, I mean, I had the XL of this, so if you think about it, the XL is going to have the same trackball, same PCB. Really, the
What
only
about the
thing
monitor? I know you guys had issues with the XL monitor.
17-inch BOE in this one.
Yes,
Okay,
the only
was
difference
better.
is the size and the monitor. So, in my opinion, I'm running away from this thing, but that's because I had just such a bad experience with the Golden Tee XL, and this is basically the same product made out of the same components minus the monitor.
Same game
So-
list.
Yeah, same game list. You got your shuffle shot. You got world class bowling, which was actually fun
It's
to
a good
play
game,
on the
yeah.
on the Golden Tee machine.
Yeah.
It was fun to play. And you guys remember when the XL came out? They had to do multiple firmware updates to get the trackball working correctly and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm running for the hills for this one, but if other people are excited about it, like you said, there's people in the community who are excited about it. Don't let me piss on your parade. Yeah, there you go.
It'd definitely be a good cabinet if you didn't have one. I have the original, which was
Mhm.
the first one to come out with the backlit marquee. It did have the banner of games. It's missing the shuffle. I don't have the shuffle or the bowling on mine. So it'd be great for the people who are getting Golden Tee for the first time. It's definitely a better cab than what I have.
It's one of those ones I think they can always sell Golden Tee. As much as I a couple of weeks ago was making fun of Golden Tee because there's also a rumor they're making a Golden Tee XL for Costco again, doing another version of that. And there's also a rumor that New Wave Toys might have been making a Golden Tee. So I mean, like we're getting like 19 Golden Tees this year from 4 different companies. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's Golden Tee. It's good. Some people will like it. Some people will add it to their collection. Very excited to have it. People with burrs, basement, rumpus rooms and stuff like that. It's a popular one. I remember in the 90s, pretty much every single university bar or pool hall or anything we went to go hang out when you were in that. If you're the same age as me in your early 20s, they all had Golden Tee in the bar that you could go play. So popular bar game. A lot of people will add it to their home room. It extends outside of our marketplace where it's just for people building these home arcades in their basement. A lot of people will pick this one up. It goes outside the mainstream, right? There's more people that'll probably buy a Golden Tee than are going to buy a Marvel versus Capcom or, a Qbert.
Yeah, and
Not a shot at you, Dubs. It's just a game that came to my mind.
Oh, that's a shot at Qbert, not at me. That's some pure blasphemy there. But I guess I get touche. I did say you were our Arcade1Up liaison. Touche. I could take
my
a good
local spot that I go to and hang out frequently. They for all these years have always had a Golden Tee and a buck. What's it called? Big Buck.
Big Buck Hunter.
Big Buck Hunter. And 2 weeks ago, I go in there and both are gone. So Now if people are getting rid of them in the bars. You're gonna have to get this if you want to be able to play it to have it at your home. At your home. Now, obviously, the one they had was the more modern Golden Tee, with all the updated courses. But I was, and now I always saw people play the Golden Tee in the bar, but I seldom ever see. I think maybe one person I've seen playing the Big Buck Hunter. But it did.
Are you sure it's Big Buck Hunter, Carl?
It's whatever the one with the orange.
Just take a guess what else it might be.
Buck Hunter. Buck? Buck?
I think you got the name wrong. Take another guess.
I don't know. You tell me.
It is Buck Hunter. It would have been a lot funnier if you guessed something else. So.
Good stuff, man. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
they put
So I put a
tables in
poll.
there, or seating.
I put a poll in the chat. Do you guys think this was a good move by Arcade1Up to re-release this game in a deluxe form factor, or was this a bad move, or just something you're not interested in? Nostalgia, what are your thoughts here on the release of Golden Tee Deluxe?
I don't know. I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. Golden Tee's never a game I ever played in any arcade.
It's a lot like Aladdin.
In fact, I think I've seen
Aladdin.
the yeah, it's just like that. The only times that I think I've ever even seen a Golden Tee in person were like maybe like a pizza shop or like some sort of like resto bar type of restaurant, and it was like in a corner and not plugged in and not working. So I got no love for it personally. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a title that would sell reasonably well. And Mike, you're right. They released the original back in Wave 2, and then they did whatever version that you picked up. So maybe it's okay. Honestly, I think they would have done better if they had released a Pac-Man cabinet or Street Fighter cabinet or something along those lines. I think would have been the smarter.
What were they thinking, right?
That's what I think. I think if they were going to go, they should have done Pac-Man again. A revised version of Pac-Man with less games.
We still haven't seen the true definitive version of Pac-Man, have we?
No. We need a true 1-to-1 scale Pac-Man with just Pac-Man on it.
And Mrs. Pac-Man.
That's right.
Gotta have Mrs.
No, just one game. One game. That's it. One game. No, I can't agree with that.
So you're saying
from
your inside sources, Pac-Man Pro is coming this year?
Pac-Man Pro. Oh God,
Pac-Man Pro XL.
I don't know.
Pac-Man Pro series.
I like my Pac-Man XL that's out there
love
in the
it.
loft.
Yeah.
I got no real issues with it. Did they ever push out that firmware update? I don't think they have.
Oh, the one to fix that glitch where he skips?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, the little frame rate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that until someone pointed it out to me. Go ahead.
I'm holding out for Pac-Man until they put Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man on the same cabinet. So
never gonna happen.
So I'm never gonna get one.
He's like, I'm done. It ain't ever gonna happen. All right. So the one positive thing we could take from all this is they're doing something, right? I mean, not the game, not the title that many of the enthusiasts were hoping for. Will casuals purchase this? Probably. You know what's interesting is I've been keeping an eye on the Arcade1Up Facebook groups and the Arcade1Up Reddit, but I'm not talking about like monitoring and looking at posts. You know what I've been paying attention to? The size of those communities.
Yeah.
And the Arcade1Up Reddit is a monster. It's closing in on 50,000 some people. More people keep going in there every single day. And also their Facebook groups keep growing. So even though a lot of longtime enthusiasts who have been collecting these machines for years, interests have waned, there are still plenty of new people coming in, discovering these products for the first time, and they're buying them, not buying them where they can get them at these retail outlets that still sell them, as well as they're the ones fishing for all the used ones on Facebook Marketplace and things like that, right, and offer up. So despite how many people feel about Arcade1Up as a brand, their brand technically is still growing.
Yeah.
It's still growing, which is amazing to me. You figured you'd see people like a mass exodus, and you're not seeing that. Just talking numbers.
And I would think that to some degree, they're coming in a little skewed as well, because a lot of these cabinets are modded in some kind of way, that it's in the resale market. You know what I mean? So they're getting these things, and that's really not in some cases the true product. But like I've said it before, is if they can get every household to have at least one, then they're still growing. So
Yeah.
more power to them.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about that, Mike? Is the fact that their online communities continue to add more and more new people? Does that mean there's still interest there in this company to succeed? Or
It's going to be hard for me to answer this question because someone will take it out of context. But I'll say this: there are people that, for some reason, are determined for this company to go under and look for any signs to show some kind of slip. Right? I guess that is what it is. I will say this: Arcade1Up is doing a lot of stuff in the last 2 years that I'm not super interested in, especially right now where it looks like we're not going to be able to get the XL cabinets in Canada, and that's mainly what I'm interested in. So, there's definitely a decline in interest from me because there's not as much coming out. But that doesn't mean because me, a hardcore enthusiast, is less interested in what they're coming out with, that doesn't mean that they're still not going to be successful. I mean, like, what they're doing is they're re-releasing old cabs in their new form factor. I think that's Arcade1Up's model. It's just that, they have licenses. The licenses aren't one and done. Like, so they don't write off their expense everything on the one license. They assume that there's going to be multiple releases. They'll do them with different skins. And honestly, the deluxe cab is genius because it comes in a smaller packaging. It takes up less space. There's less weight to ship. There's all kinds of cost savings for Arcade1Up with doing it. Plus, it also justifies them re-releasing the cabinets again in a new form factor. So people are buying them. Are they as successful as they were during the pandemic? Hell no. But I don't think that they're in the danger that people like to say they are. Maybe just where people are less interested, they assume because I'm not interested, obviously that means the company's going out of business or something like that.
You know what the alternative is to their
What's that?
growth on all the social media platforms?
what?
That they're just like, it's a Russian bot farm that is just creating accounts and just joining, and that's what this is. That's the conspiracy theory. It's not actual fans and new people
Really?
buying their products. It's just a bot farm. That's all it is.
Really?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard through the grapevine, actually. Mike told me.
Oh, are you making up stuff?
I would never do such a thing. That would be
Mike,
I heard
the accusation has been thrown.
I heard
the
they're
numbers
actually
fake?
I heard they're actually fluffing their numbers. They found like one of these companies on the outside that you can buy like Reddit followers and views and stuff
you can
like
buy
that.
views and likes. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah. If you look at all the new people joining them, they're not even names. It's
Yeah,
just a
they're
bunch
not-
of characters. It's like
they're-
user 123 hashtag AB, and that's who we're getting. And I think it's pretty obvious. We're gonna have to do some investigating, I think.
You guys, here come the tinfoil hats. Carl, you want to take care of this wonderful super chat?
Hey, JR, thanks for the $5 super chat. I just can't believe that New Wave Toys is doing Golden Tee. Doesn't fit their MO of the 80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
I agree. Same thing all of us are saying to JR. Like, doesn't make any sense. Hopefully, it's a false rumor because, Golden Tee's a safe bet, but we don't want safe bets from New Wave Toys. We want weird and wacky shit like Berserk, Frenzy, Q-Birth, Dragon's Lair, Space Ace. We want the fun stuff. And I know Charlie Chuck's going to appreciate this. I'm hoping if they're doing a full-scale cab, man, wouldn't it be cool if it was Food Fight?
That would never happen.
I would love to see that. You're talking about with the Glenn partnership, if that was what it was. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we were talking last week, Nostalgia. You weren't here. We confirmed it's no, it wasn't on this show, or was it on Multicade Mondays? I can't remember. One of the streams I did last week, we made a big joke saying that because the only teaser Glenn gave people online was the New Wave Toys project involved him making a controller he had never made before. So we showed everyone the Food Fight banana joystick, and we're like, it's got to be this because that's the only controller he hasn't done yet, right?
He hasn't done a bigger trackball.
Well, he hasn't done a HAP, a larger HAP trackball like Golden Tee, which a lot of people then thought it was Golden Tee. So, But then again, Glenn could have just been throwing out a red herring. You know what I mean? Just like trying to throw people off the trail, right? So who knows? Yeah.
Hold on. Has it been confirmed New Wave Toys is doing a Golden Tee? Did I miss something?
No, it's not confirmed. That's just one of the big rumors.
Nothing's confirmed, and nothing's real until it's real.
That's right.
I don't think they would do that.
Rumors. I'm going to throw a rumor into the mix. I would love to see a centipede from.
Oh my God, yes, Carl. Me and you are on the same wavelength.
Made properly with a vertical screen, great trackball. That would with some great artwork. That would be fantastic.
Really, centipede
as a full scale?
Oh yeah.
I don't think they'd do that.
Oh, they 100% did it already in the 1/6 scale, and Centipede would be awesome. We're never, ever going to get a proper Centipede from Arcade1Up.
They just don't understand the metrics. They don't understand Centipede at all.
So, like, to get an actual Centipede with the vertical screen, to be a reasonably sized with that absolutely beautiful artwork, one of the most beautiful arcade cabinets of all time. All my money, New Wave Toys. I will give you it. Just God damn it, man. Make Centipede. I would be so happy.
All right. So let's say New Wave Toys makes a 9/10 scale machine. There's a lot of people clamoring for Food Fight. I've noticed a lot of people asking for Centipede. But what else if you had like two more choices?
Well, Robotron, but that's not sensible.
No. We could pick like one of their existing licenses, or we could just say something new that we haven't seen yet. But what would you like to see?
I mean, with Glenn doing his stick, I would love to see a battle zone. We still hadn't had a battle zone anywhere. Battle zone would be awesome if they can make that authentic. That would be pretty cool.
Okay, battle zone. What else? I see a couple of those in the live chat.
Aladdin for nostalgia. He wants to see Aladdin.
The Sega Genesis Aladdin in an arcade.
The Sega Genesis Aladdin in an arcade.
And also,
with an option for a controller to plug in USB as well.
Yeah.
And Mike, it would have to be Super Nintendo Aladdin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Super Nintendo.
The better version.
Do you think? What if they did like a Berserk Frenzy or a Berserk Frenzy combo? Would that be all right? All right.
As their first 3/4 scale machine, I think it would have to be like really popular, like a really popular title that speaks to everybody.
Something like Golden Tee.
Golden Tee could work. Centipede, I don't know.
I like the idea. I like the idea of Crystal Castle. Someone just threw that in there, and someone mentioned. You notice these are all like Atari titles, but they kind of make sense if one of these happened. All right, so I put a poll in the live chat, guys. Just out of curiosity, vote now if they made what we're going to call a 9/10 scale home arcade machine. Do you guys want it to be Centipede, Food Fight, Crystal Castles? I forgot the yes on the end. Or Lunar Lander.
Those are bad options.
Why not pole position? Why
a lot of these have options of controls that Glenn hasn't done yet. Well, except for Centipede, but Glenn's done all the Centipede controls. But Glenn hasn't done the like he's done like the prototype shifter thruster for Lunar Lander, but it's not something that's actually been released yet. He hasn't done a banana joystick yet.
He hasn't done a steering wheel. He hadn't done a steering wheel, so pole position's still out there.
You know, and if he's done a flight yoke, that's similar mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous when, because I'll be 100% honest about this. Like, of the driving cabs that have come out from Arcade1Up yet, I love them in theory, but none of them have been comfortable to play. So if they're coming out with a driving cab, just make sure it's comfortable. I mean, you got Shiloh, who's Shiloh's 7'9". So if it's comfortable for him to stand up and play it, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Is he really that tall, or is he like?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
Like nearly 8 feet tall?
Yeah, like honestly, he was walking around and people were like, "Does anybody see the New Wave Toys CEO? I just see Big Daddy Cool Diesel."
I mean, I just, look at the games that Shiloh has released. He's not releasing, late arcade games. He does stuff from the early days of arcades, which is why we went with these choices.
But see, if you remember going back to Cleveland, there were rumors that he had some kind of deal with a retailer, and that's why this was happening. So this is where this comes in, because Costco were slime balls and we're like, hey, we want a Golden Tee, and then maybe Shiloh was working with them, but then Arcade1Up came in, and then Arcade1Up was like, hey, what can we give you, Star Wars? And they were like, no, Golden Tee.
Give us Golden Tee. Man, they got a real
Hard on for Golden Tee at
hard
Costco.
on.
Yeah.
Real hard on for Golden Tee. Excuse me, guys. I've been coughing.
I think
a lot.
Golden Tee's a relatively easy sell to a lot of people who are just walking by, though.
It is, but it's not like when I think Arcade1Up, I think mainstream, sell to retailers. When I think New Wave toys, I think sell to your community, sell to your core audience. This is where we're going to get the really unique stuff that we're never going to get from other companies.
Yeah.
That's what I hope for, anyways.
But it's gotta be mainstream enough if it's hitting retail, right? Like if you're talking about him partnering with a retail partner,
I don't know.
It's gotta be.
I know. Retailers are what screw this whole hobby up for us. 100%. It's not a joke. It's 100% serious.
Yeah, I hear that. I also think that, like, I said this before, if they were going to go into the size market, it's a pretty big risk for a company their size.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they would, although they may want to go with something really unique like Food Fight, like could they sell 500 to 1,000 3/4 scale units? I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying, could they? And is it worth the risk on their end? Like they know how many of the 1/6 scale units that they've sold. So like, I don't imagine that everyone who bought a small one is also going to buy a big one. But
It's going to be Pong. He hasn't done the paddles yet, right? He hasn't done the paddles yet.
it could be. I don't know. I think
Pong.
that I think if they're going in this market in this direction, I honestly am leaning towards like a flagship title. It would have to be like a really popular flagship title that the masses would recognize and be interested in buying.
Yeah.
Maybe they still have the Street Fighter license. Like maybe that's where they're going. I don't know.
I don't know, because they do pretty small runs of their products. They're a fairly small company. I don't think they're trying to become a monster household name like Arcade1Up. You know what I mean? Like Arcade1Up tried to be over the years with the amount of cabinets they built. I honestly, I think if they did this venture, I think it would be something that would be limited. Like, hey, we're only making 500 of these things, or maybe 250. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it would be a small production run. It wouldn't be like, we want to be the next Arcade1Up.
No, I think this.
Maybe if the product does well, maybe they'll do another one. But I think it might be, why take a big risk? If I was Shiloh, I would say let's do a small run and see what happens.
But if you do too small a run, then your cost per unit goes up, which might make it unaffordable. So a small run could actually be more risky than a bigger run because of the pricing.
You know what? You changed my mind, Nostalgia. With all that knowledge, I agree. They should make 10,000 cubics.
That's right. That's exactly what I said.
Because that is the only marquee title that will sell. Hey, if Arcade1Up listened to me and put out Qbert, they wouldn't be where they are today. That's all I gotta say.
I've said this 100 times. If I ran Arcade1Up, we'd get some really cool shit for about 3 months, then the company would be out of business.
we shouldn't have listened to you, Mike. We spent all that money on licenses.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So that's what's going on with New Wave Toys. Berserk and Frenzy are shipping now. How many of you out there have received your Berserk and Frenzies? And are you happy with them? I've seen pretty positive feedback on their social media forums from those who have received them. I have not received mine. But from what I'm hearing, the only complaint I heard were some people were complaining they didn't like the marquee on Berserk. They said it didn't light up nicely.
Oh, okay.
But minus that, no other complaints about the machines or the games themselves from what I saw on social media. What's so funny?
Well played, sir.
It's only because of the hat, right? With Nostalgia, the hat.
The hat pushes the hair down.
You know
Without
what?
The hat, my hair curls right back.
That was how we looked in the 90s. That's how we wore our shit. We wore our hat up front with the bangs coming down, and we all had mushroom cuts.
I can imagine you with a mushroom cut. That'd be glorious.
Oh, it was something else. My hair wasn't as bristly and wiry back then, so it was a little bit easier to do.
But you have to admit, Go ahead. Go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm just amazed you guys still have hair to talk about.
Well, you have to admit, because with New Wave toys, unfortunately, with the delays of Zoltar, which, because Zoltar got shipped incorrectly and had to go back to the manufacturer and basically be fixed, restarted, it's been a while since anyone's received a New Wave toys product. And their fan base has grown pretty restless, Like, what's going on? Why haven't they shipped anything? Well, they tried to ship something, but it was built incorrectly, and hence the delay. But it's nice to see that people are now receiving products from them, and people are excited again. Berserk and Frenzy.
And don't forget, Frenzy is that Survivor Series weathered cab. I think that's so freaking cool, man.
Yeah. Do you think somebody who were we teasing? We were teasing when we were interviewing Shiloh when he was on our show. I was like, I asked him during our interview, like, did you guys just drop this on the floor in the warehouse and break it and said, hey, let's just sell it like this? It was perfect.
Do you remember when we were at dinner with him and B Kong was there going around with the camera and he was like, hey, everybody, we're here. And Shiloh said, does he ever put that fucking phone down?
That's so true. But here it is. And right here in this video, this is Charlie Arnold shared this on their Facebook group. I think you'll see right there. Look, the marquee.
I actually really like that.
Because it's supposed to be like a broken machine, like the way it flickers. Like, dude, this looks incredible in real life. This looks really, really cool.
You can also adjust that in the settings. So if you don't want it to blink in and out like that, you can go in and get it.
And look at how rusted the kick panel looks. Look at the artwork peeling on the control panel. Like,
I actually really like that. That's pretty cool.
Did it come with a out of order sign? That would have been sweet.
No, that's coming up later when they do the what is it? The sale they just did on all their cabs. They come with a little tiny piece out of order paper.
I think this looks really cool, man.
Yeah.
I think it looks really, really cool.
New Wave Toys does such good stuff, man. The attention to detail, the arcade nostalgia. Sure, I mean, they're small, they're a little bit harder to play. They're desk shit guys, but these are more decorations than anything else, and they're just spectacular. I'm in the process now in my game room, which used to be my living room, took downstairs, which is now like my gaming room. I'm putting up shelves for all my toys and stuff, and I'm going to put a shelf up just for all my New Wave Toys cabs. Like, I want to look at them all the time and see them displayed like that. They're here in my office right now, but I want them in a better place.
So are you going to rename them to Wall Shit?
Wall Shit, yeah. That's a good idea.
And here's Berserk for you guys. Again, the only negative opinion I saw on Facebook, some people said they didn't like the way the Berserk marquee lit up. They said it looked a little washed out versus some of the other marquees New Wave Toys has done in the past. But minus that one small thing, everyone else has said positive stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is nice. And there you go. Here's a shot of Berserk thanks to Don Lee on their Facebook group. Thanks so much, Don. I don't know why everyone on this earth never holds their phone sideways when they record videos. They always got to hold it vertically. It's too much of watching them TikTok stuff. That's what's going on, right, Mike?
Yeah, that's 100% it.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're thinking that people will be seeing this on their cell phones, so it makes sense for that.
Well, they should be thinking about us.
That's fair.
If I put a video out there, maybe I'll end up on Super Game Room Dudes. Should film this the right way.
That's a really good point.
So it's really hard for these companies with the marquees. Like, I mean, how many times have we seen Arcade1Up fail with the marquees of just you get the wrong sticker printed? I can see it there. It does look a little light. The answer really is to go double-sided. Arcade1Up has done it with a couple of their newer cabs. Like Pac-Man XL is double printed. The Street Fighter Deluxe is double printed. I mean, that one looks glorious, but no matter how hard you try, sometimes you get one printed side and you'll still get a little bit of washout.
Good stuff, man. Carl, were you interested in Berserk or Frenzy from New Wave Toys?
I'm a big fan of Berserk for certain. I wasn't interested in the 1/6 scale of it at this point in time. I'm just still waiting on my Zoltar. I got limited space here.
So you're waiting on Zoltar? Me too, man. I want the Zoltar so bad.
Anybody here ever watch the documentary Chasing Ghosts? It's on YouTube, and it stars like all the guys that were in like King of Kong, Billy Mitchell, and all those guys. So there's these two people that had the world record in Berserk going back and forth, and they were best friends, and then had a falling out. Then finally, in this documentary, they meet and become friends again for the first time in 50 years, and they try to or 15 years, and they try to fix the Berserk cab together. I thought that was pretty cool. Every time I see Berserk, I think of that.
No, I haven't seen that. I'll check it out.
Oh, it's on YouTube. I like for a while there. Like I had super arcade nostalgia. I used to watch like that every night, and King of Kong was on Amazon then too. So Amazon Prime.
What's it called
so
again, Michael B?
Chasing Ghosts.
Okay, I'll put it in my watch this.
And again, guys, that's what's pretty much happening with New Wave Toys. People are receiving products that got pre-ordered months ago for Berzerk and Frenzy. So if you pre-ordered, you'll probably receive it over the next week. Because the guys, there's only like 2 guys who ship this stuff out to thousands of people.
Eduardo.
Yeah. So you'll get your orders, they'll start shipping in the next week or two. And if you missed out on the orders, probably in about a week or two, they'll put up the products for sale if you didn't get a chance to pre-order. So usually it's about like people who pre-ordered get them, and after about 2 weeks, then they go up for sale on their website. So just keep your eyes posted. We'll obviously let you know when we see it goes up for sale as well. And when it comes to Numskull, I saw David H. was asking about Numskull. We kind of covered it at the beginning of the show. Really, the only Numskull news to talk about is the fact that their USB chargers for Pepsi and 7-Up are shipping.
Not true. Check the chat.
Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, there's international pre-order discounts, early bird discounts for North American customers through ThinkGeek for Zookeeper and Elevator Action.
Well, here you pull that up for me. I don't have that.
Let me pull it out.
That. My apologies, gentlemen.
Just gonna pull this out here.
But while he's pulling that up again, for those who joined late, I'll cover for the guys while they're pulling up the assets. I got my Pepsi USB charger. I did pre-order. I did pay for this out of my own pocket. As you guys know, I am a Pepsi addict, so I had to put it in order. I'm obsessed with this thing, and this thing is beautiful, and it's awesome, and it dispenses little Pepsi cans, and I freaking love this thing, man. So just arrived today. I'll play with it a little bit, maybe put a quick video out there on YouTube. Mike, whenever you're ready, tell people about this sale.
Yeah, guys, so right now, Quarter Arcades posted this earlier today. Elevator Action Zookeeper International Shipping Update. Early bird international customers, anyone outside the UK, will get 50% off their shipping costs on Just Geek when pre-ordering Zookeeper and or Elevator Action. You can pre-register here. And let me tell you, that Zookeeper is everything and anything I've ever dreamed of. I love that. The cabinet is beautiful. Love the game. Love it.
Yeah, I'm going to pre-order. I agree with you, Mike. I agree with you 100%. That's why I'm going to pre-order Elevator Action and not Zookeeper.
You son of a gun.
If you're on Team P-Dubs and you're going to get Elevator Action, give me a 1. If you're with Michael B and you don't make the best choices in life, give us a number 2 if you're going to get Zookeeper. Let us know in the live chat. But I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering Elevator Action. And you know what? Since everyone's here, I might as well show people. Real quick. Mike, we'll pull that up here in a second. So when it comes to loading of the cans, do you guys remember on the New Wave Toys Coke machine what a pain in the ass it is? Get that comment off the screen, please.
Yeah, sure.
So with New Wave Toys, and I'm not like knocking New Wave Toys, they're much smaller cans, but you got to open the inside of the thing, use
Why
tweezers.
are you always hating on New Wave Toys?
I'm not hating on New Wave Toys, but what's nice is with these cans, there is no possible way you could screw this up because there's a little ramp right here that fits these little cans perfectly. And all you do is you put them in there and it's in. The cans can only fit in one way. There's no way to get them jammed, lodged, stuck, and boom, they're in there. And we'll show you guys the sides here.
So you don't get a giant set of tweezers with that purchase? That's weird because Nostalgia had double usage for that.
Yeah. You got the you got your on-off switch. You got your power port here. It does light up. I don't have the charger or the light plug with me. It's downstairs in the box. I did plug it in my island downstairs. It does light up beautifully. Take a look at that. Oh.
The back has a panel. What happens when you open up the back panel?
Yeah, I was going to say it has to be where your cables are, where you charge. Cause
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
because
little-
it's a yeah. I'm almost there. Hang on.
There's like a
just
little
Yeah,
lip
that's
there.
good.
Hey,
It's
hey,
good.
hey, P-Dubs, it looks like there's like a panel in the back.
Does that panel open up on the rear?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a panel. There's a panel back there?
Yes,
that's for
because it's a
USB
USB.
chargers.
It's a USB charger. You got your 5 ports back here, and
Can I
what's
store
nice
like
is
a Pepsi back there when I'm
and
at?
it right see here the cables for the ports.
Oh,
They
okay,
can
okay.
run
Oh,
through
that's
here.
clever.
They can run nice and clean.
That's
take a look
very
at that.
clever.
Yeah, take a look at that. Oh,
You should have gotten the
smart.
7-Up one.
Why the 7-Up one, man? This
Because
is
Pepsi's
perfect.
the worst soda.
This
So-
is beautiful. Shut up, Nostalgia.
Can you-
Pepsi, it does look nice. I'm just saying.
I
Can you-
love this thing.
Can you get a sticker that instead of Pepsi it says dirty sugar water?
Dirty sugar waters. Pretty accurate, Mike.
I love this thing. I think it's fantastic. And you know what? I'm gonna like mount it because I got after I paint in here, I got a big shelf I'm putting that runs the whole length here. I'm gonna put all these quarter arcades on that shelf back there. I'm gonna put this dead center in the middle, so you will see it every time we stream together.
We missed at least one super chat, maybe many.
Carl can take care of that. Carl, you got that? Did we miss him?
Well, yeah, there it is.
Is that
Jay
thing real?
hates
I thought
everything.
that was a joke. Is it
$2,
real?
A super chat. Why is there no love for the 1/4 scale trash can from pre-orders?
It's real and it's spectacular.
Is it real?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was like they were
I
making
thought it was
jokes.
a joke as well.
Nope.
It's real. It's on the website. Holy shit! You can buy it now. Oh my god!
They've
Okay,
actually
guys.
shipped, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, guys, $15. Get your mini trash can, and just so you guys know, it is fully playable. There you go. Here, I'll put this in the live chat for anyone who needs to get one. $15 each. Fill up your little dioramas with little tray. Oh, and it's got an ashtray on top, Michael B. That just
Hey, I've been quit smoking now for months, man. I don't need that shit.
That just made my day, man. I honestly thought that was a joke. I thought they were just like, throwing a little rib at the New Wave Toys guys with that thing.
Some people made a joke to say that it started as a joke and then it came to fruition. I don't know. Maybe they were always going to do it.
Yeah. Did you share the deals, Mike?
Deals? What deals?
New Wave, somebody. No, you did the
Yeah,
elevator
Quarter
action.
Arcades.
Yep, we got all that.
the
Okay.
shipping for us here in the U.S.
All right. Well, that means Quarter Arcades is done, and we can finally talk some AtGames, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on with AtGames?
Play the transition.
I can't. We get copyright claimed on the music.
Oh, for the AtGames.
Yep. I have to change the whole music, all the stuff. Don't.
Well,
get me
just send the
started.
video over to me. I'll change the music to it. Brother, I can do that. I
I'll do
got
it.
skills.
I'll get to it. All right. Let's go.
All right.
AtGames.
So the big news for AtGames is if you pre-ordered Snoopy or if you pre-ordered Dinosaur Dynasty, you should be getting emails pretty much right away now. The AtGames announced the pre-order emails are going out for those, so the timeline for delivery is coming up soon for you people that I know there was a lot of people who ordered the Snoopy, which surprised me, and it is a pretty good looking pinball machine. And then Dinosaur Dynasty, I'd be really interested to know how many people ordered the Dinosaur Dynasty version. So
Yeah.
those emails are going out now if those are ones you ordered. So more ALP skins coming your way.
Yeah, pre-order fulfillment for Snoopy will be delayed, guys. Just a quick heads up there. We're talking due to the abundance of Dinosaur Dynasty machines that got pre-ordered. We're thinking Snoopy's going to be pushed back about 3 or 4 weeks because literally the 2 guys that bought Dinosaur Dynasty are going to slow down the entire pre-order system for everybody else. So just a heads up there. Mike, that's a joke. You can giggle.
I don't find it funny.
It is funny, Mike.
I know.
How many Dinosaur Dynasty pre-orders do you need to fill? I'd be surprised if it's more than 10. It's got to be less.
I
than
am
10.
interested to see if people were interested in it because the other ones were definitely safer bets. I mean, Snoopy, big IP, obviously Addams Family, big IP. Star Trek, huge IP, and Attack from Mars is one of those things that a lot of pinball collectors are going to get. Dinosaur Dynasty is the outlier there, so I would be interested to see how many people actually ordered one.
Yeah.
Carl, I'm sorry. I haven't let you talk enough tonight, have I? So that's part of the news. Also, kudos to AtGames. They actually put a post up today, and they, said, "Hey guys, just an update. We're aware that we're still working on the flipper delay with the Zen tables. This is something that our team is working on. It's a priority. We don't have an update yet, but we're doing everything we can to address this. Even though I know that it's not the news most people wanted, it's good to see that they're still talking about it. Like a lot of other companies, if they had a lot of pressure from the community to do something about improving their shit, like if you remember back when Arcade1Up had a lot of pressure on them for the Williams tables, people were complaining about whitewater and performance with the Zen Pinball games on the Arcade1Up. I mean, it was like dead silence until the update came out. John D went on a show and was like, there's only going to be one update. So kudos to them for like staying on top of that, being transparent and telling people, yeah, we know there's some latency issues and we're working on it. So good job there. Also on top of that, there was some news this week, I think, about some delays with the Star Trek tables as well. I might be wrong on that. I might be talking out of school. I thought I saw something about that as well. So anybody else have that information, or am I talking out of school?
Yeah, I didn't think there was a delay, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't actually know. I thought it was being shipped or coming soon. Same with the Attack from Mars.
Anyways, I will take that one back then until I have more information, and I will come back to you on that.
All right, let's take a look here. All right, so they sent this out. Let's take a peek here. We got all kinds of pre-order. If you pre-ordered Star Trek, guys, expect to get your pre-order payment links April 5th. I think Star Trek got pushed back to April, Mike. I think the machine itself got pushed back to April. And then you had Star Trek coming out in April. Then you got Attack from Mars around April 15th or so. So if you guys are waiting for your Attack from Mars, I'm sure they sold plenty of Attack from Mars.
That Attack from Mars is gorgeous.
I mean, if they did not sell a ton of Attack from Mars, I would be shocked, because Attack from Mars, that should have pulled on plenty of nostalgia strings.
My buddy Ed T1138 on YouTube, that was my buddy that lived in Cleveland when we went to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He had actually pre-ordered the Addams Family, and because he couldn't change his order, he just let his pre-order for Addams Family void out, and then he reordered the Attack from Mars table. He wanted it that much more.
Yeah. Like, if you guys are waiting on your Peanuts and your Star Treks and your Attack from Mars, don't be stressed out about all the Dinosaur Dynasty orders that are coming in ahead of yours, guys. I really don't think it's going to take them that long to get through that process. And by the way, I got to say this. I am actually very interested and can't wait to see somebody post some live videos and pictures of what the Peanuts machine actually looks like. Because I pre-ordered Addams Family. And honestly, you guys remember this. We talked about this on our live streams. I love the Peanuts artwork. Like what?
Snoopy, so beautiful.
Like honestly, I may have gotten that one if I didn't have Addams Family on pre-order. Like if I wasn't so desperate to get one of these machines and be one of the first people to get it, but my machines got delayed, right? Like I probably would have got that. I thought the Peanuts artwork was gorgeous. You know, it sucks the game doesn't play well. But the machine looked really, really nice, and I'm waiting to see somebody post some pictures of what this thing looks like. Did any of you out there in this live chat, did you pre-order this Peanuts? Let me know in the live chat. And if you get it, like, post some pictures, email them to me, put them in my Discord, do something. I want to see this thing. Peanuts.
I honestly think every single one of these machines, all of the artwork, look good. Every single one looks good.
These are the best looking machines AtGames
Star Trek didn't look good, but they fixed it.
I never really had an issue with the first Star Trek. I mean, I get some of the criticisms, but I think it still looked fine.
I remember when I first saw the Star Trek come out, I was so confused because at the time I didn't know that Zen Pinball had did an update and they were doing this whole new set of tables. So I thought they were doing modern Star Trek artwork for the
the
Star
old-
Trek Next Generation game, and I was like, what is going on? But then it all made sense afterwards. This is to support the new Zen game coming out. I also want to hear more about other skins. I know, like, we're in the
Yeah.
process of just getting this, but, like, you got to think about other cool shit they could be doing, like South Park, Godzilla,
South Park
and
would be
Kong.
so good.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
South Park. I'd also
Sa-
like a Walking Dead one.
I want a Pinball M, because we saw on the leak list that we did get Chucky and the Thing coming. And I'm sorry, guys, I like the Thing, the virtual pinball game, more than the Chucky pinball game that Zen Studios made.
Oh, yeah. I think Thing is way better. Yeah.
Thing is a better pinball game, but I think Chucky would sell more pinball machines. Does that make sense? Chucky's more of a household name. Thing has more of a cult following. I think everyone knows who Chucky is. You say Chucky, Child's Play, everybody knows who that is. So I think they'll sell more Chucky themed Pinball M machines, and that's what I hope they make. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Video games.
Be nice. Be nice.
So, anyways,
Now-
we'll get these ones out, and we'll see where it goes from there. Hopefully, there are more skins in the future. I would love to see more like Attack from Mars. Like I know, who was it just here said Medieval Madness. Tony C said Medieval Madness, please. Yeah, absolutely. Like Medieval Madness, Twilight Zone. Like there's so many great like original arcades they could recreate on this thing, and they did such a good job with Attack from Mars. I'm so impressed. If I wish we could get it here in Canada. Right now we're just at Adam's Family, so we'll have to see.
It would be
And
nice.
hopefully,
Oh,
and
go ahead, Carl.
hopefully the
Go
third party market will start making skins for these, because we can't expect AtGames to be able to make all of the things that everyone's gonna love to see on their side panels and headboards or backboard. So hopefully the third party market opens up for that as more of these things get out there in the wild and allow people to be able to get the look and feel of the cabinet they want to see in their game room.
I agree. And wouldn't it be funny if AtGames started doing what Arcade1Up would do and kind of tie in some of these machines with big events that are happening that'll help get these machines in your search algorithms out there? So, for instance, wouldn't it be cool if on release day of the Godzilla X Kong movie, they put up for pre-order a Kong versus Godzilla skin? Like, that would be kind of cool in my opinion, and probably smart.
Can we talk about how the new Kong versus Godzilla is going to be terrible?
No, because I don't want to get angry, Mike. I'm trying to have a good show tonight.
So stupid.
It's going to be incredible.
Why is there so many Kongs, and why does he have a gauntlet?
Oh my goodness. All right. I want to show this, guys. I am actually genuinely excited to see what this thing looks like in real life, and they're going to be shipping soon to some people. You have to admit, this is a good looking table.
Yeah.
If I didn't pre-order Adam's Family, I probably would have got this one, guys. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what this thing actually looks like. I think they did a good job on this one.
You
Totally
have something
agree.
in your house now that's
They-
yellow, right?
They
What's
need
that
to
does?
they need to fix this flipper delay though on these Zen pinball machines. You can't argue it, you can't debate it, and we're not angry about it. We just want it fixed. That's
AtGames
it.
isn't arguing about it either. They put up a
Yeah.
post earlier. They were like,
Yeah.
we know. They're
But
being
keep in mind,
completely
too,
transparent.
Keep in mind too, customers grow restless. Think about it. These machines have been out since what, January? Let's just say January. So you're already talking. Some people have had their machines for 60 days. And these machines aren't running, or the title games aren't running the way they should, right? All the other games run beautifully, but they got to get this fixed. Like, wouldn't it be really crappy if, like, 6 months down the road, like we're talking June, July, this problem still isn't fixed? You're telling me customers aren't going to be unhappy? They're going to be unhappy, Mike. So hopefully, AtGames, you got to get this fixed in the next 30 days or so, because this is it's starting. We're at 60 days now. Come on, let's go. I mean, that's the only advice I could give them. So, but I'm excited to see Snoopy. That's for sure. I can't wait till someone posts a damn picture of it. That's not a render. I want to see the real machine. So, what else we got going on? With AtGames?
With AtGames, that's about it right now going on with AtGames. Oh, Gottlieb coming out next week. So
Oh, yeah.
they said there was going to be a sneak peek, but I misunderstood it because they actually gave a sneak peek of their notes, so we didn't get a sneak peek of gameplay, but games are coming out on the 26th. I can't wait to see what those are like. I love the Gottlieb games. Love the update that they did where they updated the ball animations and stuff. Some of those are my favorite games, and it's great to see them actually running better. So,
yeah, that'll be cool to see as well. I want to see what those games are like. So, is there anyone out there who has these games who can maybe post some YouTube shorts that can get deleted?
yeah, that was sad. I actually brought that up. I was like, yeah, go check out Papa Brad's channel. AtGames made him take it down. Oh, never mind. Sorry, guys.
It's free advertisement. Let them leave them up. I had no problem with it.
Charlie Chuck wants to talk about this. Atari full-size cab. We got to take a look at the Allen 1 prototype for Asteroids Recharge. So I know Retro Ralph went and did some coverage. That looks out there. And it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's a giant Dave and Buster's arcade game, Atari Recharge.
Like we said it would be, right? Like we said it would be. It's a monster. I can't. Let me see if I got a picture. I thought I had a.
And while he's pulling that up there,
Go ahead.
I did find that movie, Michael, that you mentioned. It's called Chasing Ghosts Beyond the Arcade.
Yeah. Oh, it's great, Carl. You'll love it. I think it's only like 35, 40 minutes. Really good.
It's an hour and 27 minutes.
Oh, wow.
See, it was that good. You didn't even think it was long. If it's bad, you know it's long.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're going to be at PAX, by the way, guys. So just a heads up there. If you guys are fans of going to the PAX Expo, PAX East, Atari's going to be at PAX East. Just a heads up.
So while we're waiting for doing that, I will tell you that I had a good conversation with our buddy Tom from the Cleveland Gaming Expo. He's invited the Super Game Room dudes to go back this year. We don't know if we're going yet. We haven't really had a full conversation, and we got our friends trip we've planned for Chicago, but we're thinking about going. So if anybody's interested in going back to the Cleveland Gaming Classic, let us know. Maybe that's something. I got to talk to P-Dubs about it, and Carl. I know Nostalgia won't be able to do it because he's not allowed to leave the country. But maybe the three of us.
Oh, come on.
Maybe the three of us might head back to Cleveland. If anybody else is planning on going, let us know. I know my buddy
should be dropped by then, Mike.
I know my buddy John Riggs got announced today as a guest, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. I've always wanted to meet John. Apparently, he's John. Also 7'3", so. Really excited to meet John Riggs.
I love John. John's got a polarizing type fan base where there's a lot of people that absolutely love John Riggs. I mean, think about it. He's got well over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But there's also a big contingent that also don't like John Riggs. And I got to tell you guys, I've talked with him one-on-one. We've even had him on the Loft Report. Carl and I did. You remember we interviewed John Riggs? Was that on Super Game Room Dudes or Loft Report? I think it was on the Loft Report. He had him do. I don't
even think we had a name for it.
And we had like open cart surgery. We did it live with John. John's a really nice guy. Like he's a really nice human being. So I got no problems with John.
That's YouTube. If you're somewhat successful, you're gonna have people that just don't like you for whatever reason, right?
Yeah. Look at the size of this monster. 3 players. Holy cow! It could be fun to play once they show up in the arcades, right? Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it, right?
I think
hope this isn't a custom one. Is this?
No. This is the real deal that Allen 1 made. So it's just exciting from a nostalgia perspective to see Atari return to the arcade. Like the Recharge games, whatever. But cool to see them come back, and art looks pretty good. So cool stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Definitely not the kind of stuff you're going to buy for your house, but it'd be cool. I saw, what's funny is Atari on like their Facebook, like, how they put out these Facebook ads like, hey guys, we're announcing this. It's with Allen 1. Get your pre-orders in. And you look at the comments from these sponsored Facebook posts that they push out. Did you realize if you look at some of those ads, some of the comment threads, there's people in there going, hey, Atari, we'd love for Arcade1Up to make home versions of these. Isn't that interesting? There's a couple people in their comment threads advocating for Arcade1Up.
Yeah, that probably ties into the same package they bought for the subscribers and views for the Facebook page, the Reddit pages.
It's all linked. It's all coming together. So yeah, there you go. Good stuff. All right, guys. I gotta tell you something, man. I had a really fun show tonight. I appreciate the positivity.
Oh, we're not done. We're not done.
I've been grumpy. Well, I'm done. So you guys can.
You're not fucking done. Sorry for swearing
exhausted.
so much. X-Men 97.
We talked about it
Badass.
at the beginning of the
No,
show.
we didn't. All we said
We
was,
did.
yeah, it was good. I
No,
watched
Mike,
it.
it's over. It's over.
What the
We
hell
already
is
talked
happening
about
here?
it. What are we supposed to talk about it
We
again? haven't
barely
talked-
said anything. We barely said anything about it.
Well, we
We
confirmed
also- you know what,
that
that's fair.
Rogue isn't as flat as people say. Or if you actually watch the episodes, she looks pretty much the same as she did back in '96.
No, I've been watching the 92 series again. And
Have you been hitting the pause button?
They drew Marvel women very differently back in the 90s. They were very differently drawn. Very
I don't know if you want
perfect.
to do a full breakdown. Like, I love the Trial of Magneto. I love the new Magneto costume. Matches the comic book from.
I don't
Trial
like
of Magneto
Magento.
story.
No, I don't like his new costume.
But I don't know. I don't know what you want to talk about it. What about?
But just how good it was. The feel of the
good.
show, like, so closely matched the original show. It's one of those times where you're always concerned about them bringing something back and doing something modern day. And it's just going to lose so many elements. But they took the original show and they managed to expand it, bring in this new format. Some of the art, like their faces and the way their faces look, it still catches me a little bit off. I don't know if I love the new art style, but I mean, the feel of the show, the direction, all that stuff is so powerful. They made some really, really interesting choices with doing stuff, bringing in storylines that really don't make any sense. And spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, but there's a love relationship brewing that's going to cause a different triangle between the X-Men, between characters that really doesn't make any sense, but it is accurate back to the comics. And, like, I was watching the first couple episodes of the original X-Men series after I watched that, because I've already watched X-Men 97 episodes 1 and 2 twice. So I started watching the old X-Men's, jonesing for more. And, like, the interactions between these characters, you're like, there's no way they had a relationship there. So really interesting bringing that in. Interesting with the choice of which characters they're using. Really risky with one character possibly losing their powers forever and leaving the team. Man, there's some really big stuff going on. And the cliffhanger they leave you with on the end of episode 2, we know what's happening because it happened in the comics. But man, oh man, like, just badass. They're doing such a good job with it.
And if anyone complains that the show... Here's what's interesting. If anyone complains that the show is too, let's just say, political sounding, you never watched X-Men cartoon in the 90s, because it was all about the fight for mutant rights. So if you run around saying it's like it's woke or it's
The original show was woke.
but that's how it was. Like, it literally was. It wasn't over the top. It was the same thing it always was. Them fighting with the government to get rights for mutants. I mean, I'm not even going to hear anyone complaining about the show being too political, because that's what the original cartoons were all about. $5 from Jeddah. Nostalgia, where do you get those kick-ass hard? It's 90s crossed with Rocco's modern life. What's he talking about, Nostalgia?
Hat.
Thanks for the super chat.
Where do you get those
Assuming he
kick-ass
means
hats?
hat. Yeah, so that's for me to know and you not to find out, bud.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I got actually, P-Dubs, why don't after I tell them where I got mine, why don't you tell them where you got yours? So I got my hat at a convention here in Canada. Actually, it was in a really super cool mystery box, and every single box came with a I think it was a screwed up T-shirt. Like, it's a screw up T-shirt pile where the logos are slightly, or the prints are slightly off center, so it looks stupid, but they were trying to pawn them off as a cool T-shirt. And then inside the box was like a bunch of assorted stuff, and this was in there, and it's one of my favorite hats. It's pretty dope. I like my my flat bill here. I do this specifically for the viewers because I know how much they like the flat bill. But
And
Just
I
really-
found... Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Really quickly, I just want to bring this up. James, it's almost like you seem to hate everything, man.
Hey, man, all I said was too political. Too political. You know what I mean? Like, the whole show was political. Thanks for the super chat, Kevin.
That's right, Kevin. You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah, we don't we don't really get into politics here. This is a gaming show. It's no place for that.
So, who's everybody voting for? Put a 1 in the comments
Jesus
for
Christ,
Donald.
no. All right, real quick. 1943, The Rise of Hydra. This trailer made a bang on the internet this week. Did any of you guys see it? And are you interested in playing this new Marvel video game coming out? Let me skip ahead here a little bit so we don't get copyright.
They have not had a lot of luck with these Marvel games.
Yeah, let's take a look right here. Let us know in the live chat. Well, for some reason, the first time I saw this, I think a couple days ago, I was like, why doesn't it look like Chris Evans? You just figure he's going to be your Captain America render, but
The graphics look pretty awesome.
I don't imagine the game will actually look like this.
yeah.
Just the cinematics.
And what do you mean Marvel games? Didn't you like Spider-Man 2, Mike?
No, Spider-Man's fine, but Avengers, Marvel Midnight Suns,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good, but didn't sell well. Like they've just had a bad run from their gaming empire.
Yeah.
Well, we got Wolverine coming out, and that looks pretty.
Oh yeah,
pretty incredible.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be good. This one right here.
Who's the studio?
I don't know. I thought I saw it in there.
You should be able to tell, like if it's like Insomniac is doing the Wolverine game, and they're the same studio that did the Spider-Man game. So that I have no
concern.
doubt it'll be really good.
Skydance, New Media, and Marvel Games.
Skydance,
New Media.
I actually heard it was Vic Tokai, the same people who made Golgo 13 for the NES.
Yeah. So we shall. We'll have to keep our eyes on this game again. That trailer really was more of. Oh, I'm sorry about the camera view, guys. That trailer was more like just kind of like showing you cinematic sequences from the game, like not actual gameplay. So I can't really give a good opinion on it until we see some gameplay as to what it's going to be like. But from a visual of how these movie sequences look, it looked, very similar to like Spider-Man 2. So.
Ooh, that might be a good thing. It's the writer-director of Uncharted.
No, I didn't hear about this, but is it going to be put on a polymorphic table like they did Princess Bride? Are they going to have half of a real movie and a cartoon on the bottom? I'm just kidding, man. That'll be cool to see. I like Neverending. I would be okay with a Neverending Story like sequel or maybe even a remake with better special effects, but there's some movies you just don't want touched, right? Like I'd be okay with that one if it was kind of, I don't know, like a sequel. Some other kid finds the damn book.
Yeah, Roadhouse came out recently too, so people were talking about Roadhouse.
So Roadhouse, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, the Roadhouse remake. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime right now. You can watch it for free. I started watching it earlier today when I was on my lunch break. So I watched about the first 30 minutes while I was on my lunch break, and the first 30 minutes actually weren't bad. It wasn't like usually I could tell within 20 minutes if I'm going to like turn a movie off and not even finish it. I got through those 30 minutes, but then I had to get back to work. I had to come back upstairs here to the office. So I'm going to watch the rest after this show. I'll let you know what I think. But yeah, man, that'd be cool. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it was okay. The beginning, it was interesting. So Roadhouse. Remember Peter Griffin?
Roadhouse.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you tonight. Thanks so much. You guys have been an amazing audience. The boys are worn out. Extra long show tonight, but there were so many great topics to talk about.
We're dumb. We didn't talk about the most important thing.
It looks incredible. Can we get off the air?
No. We got another hour talking about Beetlejuice too. I mean, that trailer was so good. Good. And you know what the funny thing is? Right afterwards, my daughter was like, "Oh, I want to watch Beetlejuice," but she had to go to bed. So I told her about the Beetlejuice cartoon. We couldn't find any on YouTube or any of the streaming services. So I actually went downstairs and found season 1, like we had randomly bought at Walmart one time. Season 1 of the old Beetlejuice cartoon. It was actually still sealed and everything. So I put that on for her. That's what she's been watching the past couple nights going to bed.
Nice. Yeah, trailer looked good. It was a short teaser trailer, but you got to
So
see the
good.
school. You got to see the school that Lydia went to. You got to see the red bridge that the Maitlands got killed on. You got to see the model in the attic. You got to see Beetlejuice. You got to see what's her name? What's her name?
That girl with the face.
She was definitely there.
Catherine O'Hara, the
Catherine
mom.
O'Hara,
They're bringing the mom back.
They can't bring the dad back for obvious
yeah.
reasons because he's a
Well,
problem.
yeah, but what's interesting is the beginning of the trailer. It's like they're at a funeral, so I'm assuming they're just going to say. My thought is this: is mom and dad still lived in that house, and dad has passed away, and the opening of the movie is, what's her name? Why can't I think of her name right now?
Catherine O'Hara.
No, the daughter.
Lydia Dietz.
No, the main person. What's her name?
The new main person who played Wednesday in the
the
Jenny
actress.
Ortega.
No, the other one.
Oh my God! You're talking
having
about the one from Stranger Things.
Winona Ryder.
Winona
Thank
Ryder,
you. God,
yes.
man,
Yeah.
total brain fart there. Total brain fart there. All right, so yeah, so it looks to me like dad dies and mom is like, okay, Winona Ryder and now her daughter Jenna Ortega have to show up for the funeral, and while they're there, they go and visit the house, and Beetlejuice gets loose and all hell breaks loose.
So what happened to the Maitlands? Did they cross over? Or are they because they were?
I'm assuming they're done. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't honestly, I wouldn't bring them back. I don't think there's any reason. to have them
I don't
back.
think Alec Baldwin Kane came back. He shot someone.
Didn't he get cleared at that?
No.
Oh well. Either way, I don't think you need to bring the Maitlands back. Like honestly, just it's enough.
But
You got Beetlejuice back.
How do you not do it with the Maitlands? How do you explain their absence?
They moved on. They've taken the next step.
Maybe they were eaten by sandworms.
Mike, let's let people go. It's been a long show. We'll talk more next week.
Did
Carl,
anybody
whenever
here
you're
watch
ready.
Dune 2?
Oh
man.
God. Carl, send them on their way. Guys, we love you. Give us a thumbs up on the way out.
All right, I do want to mention that I did win my Super
Oh,
Bowl on my Madden game there as the Lions. But guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. I did want to say my birthday's tomorrow, so my daughter brought me this cookie for my birthday here, so that's why they eat it on the edge. So my birthday's this weekend. So guys, we appreciate you.
Happy birthday,
We
Carl.
love you. Thank you guys. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
Go Bears!